Our program is for grade 11 students, Indigenous students from all across Canada, to spend a week at a university in the science and engineering labs. It's a hands-on lab experience. Our purpose is to try to increase the number of Indigenous people graduating from science and engineering. Because, we've had a lot of people in the arts, like people that became teachers and social workers and, that type of person. But we haven't had nearly as many Indigenous people going into science or engineering. So we started this program 10 years ago. So we've had a number of people come through. They call them the Kirkness scholars, people that have come through. So we've had quite a number of them. Currently we're at 6 universities, starting in the west with the University of British Columbia. We're at the University of Calgary, the University of Saskatchewan, the First Nations University of Canada, where we are right now, the University of Manitoba, and the University of Ottawa. And we have about 9 other universities interested in joining our program, but we have to kind of do it gradually. The students come on 100% scholarship. Doesn't matter where they come from or how they have to travel. We get them, they apply. And so the applicants are screened, and we take as many as we can, and have them come. So the programs vary. Like right now, there's going to be 40-some at the University of Manitoba, which is the place we started, and about over 20 at UBC, and some of the others are anywhere from up to 15 or so, So as the program grows in each of the universities, they usually take in more and more students. But we do think maybe 30 is a most ideal number, because it's quite intensive. And we really rely on volunteers to do our work. The money that we raise is usually is designated for scholarships for the students. So all of us are volunteers that work on it. Dr. Ron Wasno is the founder of the program. 10 years ago that he started. He's a geneticist, and he noticed there were a lot of Indigenous people with diabetes, and he noticed also that there were very few of our people going into science. And we started with science, and so that was his motivation, to start there. And it's been very successful to date, as you can see with the growth of the program, and the other universities that wish to join us, Queen's, McGill, Dalhousie, so we'll be across Canada. So like, for instance, here we have students that came here, some are from Manitoba and some from BC. So they don't always stay in their own province, sometimes, especially Manitoba has such a large number because they've been going for so long. So some from Manitoba are also going to Ottawa, you know what I mean? So that's how we try to handle it. And the professors, we call them all mentors, wonderful. They do a lot of work, as you probably, we had just finished the presentations that the students do at the end of their 5-day experience. When they come here, they just work in one lab. They don't go lab to lab. They get an intensive lab experience in chemistry or in engineering, these ones that did the robots here, things like that. So we find that it has helped them, and we have had graduates already that have come through our program and gone into science and engineering. I always like to tell this story because she's one that came from Nunavut. That's way far north, all by herself. So that's about 3 years ago now. She came to the U of M. Well, then she had grade 12. She's at least, maybe starting second or third year, I think, of engineering at the University of Manitoba. So that's what we like to see, see them come back. We're trying to make sure get our database all up to date so we can say to you, to people that ask us, well, we really have this number that have gone into back to or gone to university in these fields, that we're promoting. So it's been a really nice experience, great experience. I'm personally very happy with it, and we, as I say, we have a wonderful board of directors, and they all help. We have all these programs that we can't, even myself, because they all happen in the month of May. Now that we have 6, I can only go to 4 of them, But so different ones go to the different centers, and these are usually our board members. Yes. So it's a good, really a good program. I think it's a bit unique in that they come and stay and work intensely in one particular area, during that time. It's cultural. It's respect for our cultures. I tell these students they're budding scientists, and that they're really original scientists, not just Aboriginal scientists. But our people, when you look at it historically, my father was a fisherman, for example, small-time fisherman with a little rowboat, and I knew he went out 3 o'clock in the morning many times to go set his nets or lift the nets, and it's dark, always knew where they were. They're miles away, and yet he always knew where they were. So there's something about watching like it's astronomy or, some way of knowing, eh? We've had people that work in, various ways, like they needed bridges of some kind, culverts even, or some, but they knew how to do that. They figured it out, and in a lot of ways, many ways, there's some people that farmed. I mean, they knew they're very much conservationists, which you can see today as our people try to protect the environment, from from various things. I won't say, but our people are very conscious of the environment. Because of the interest, we would like to get across Canada. We may even do more than one. Well, we have the 2 places now in Saskatchewan, for example, in Saskatoon and here in Regina. And I know that University of Victoria on the island, we may go there next year as well. So, and there are Indigenous people everywhere in all our provinces. You know, here in the prairies, we're large numbers, but even in British Columbia and everywhere. And so, I can see this program going on for a long time because there's more young people coming up, more young people getting to grade 11 and wanting to graduate and going into various fields. People in technology now, we're so I don't know whether to call it wired to technology, since I'm not of that group, and I do not know how to do a few things. But anyway, yeah, so, it's at that staging. Vision for the future is that the need will be there for a long time to do really exactly what we're doing. I don't think we need to do much more. I'm not sure, about the mentorship beyond now, when they're here in grade 11, but we rely on their counselors. Like, they come as chaperones, for example, the 6 from the PAW that came here, from Opaskwayak, I should say, and they've got 2 people here, they're teachers that are chaperones, and I'm sure they'll want to see them through grade 12 and on to something else, So, yeah, it's to me, there's a need for this. It's very well received, and I hope that we are meeting our objective. You know what we need to do, and that's what we're working on. We need to get more. We're trying to find ways to get all this information to the teachers and the counselors, because they're the ones that are going to help them, tell them about the program and get them motivated to put in applications, for the program. So That type of thing is what we need to do.